that you're gonna make it to the top of that mountain.
Listen, had a lot of lonely nights. I came out the jungle, man, I had to hustle. I don't even walk by sight. I follow Jehovah, not worshiping idols. Devil better take a hike. I'm built for the tussle, yeah, I got the muscle. He can never dim my light. I'm shining like Sonic, but I got some knuckles. Bringing the fury is about to be fatal. Play with my God, man, I'm flipping some tables. They gon' remember today as the day that they lost to the Savior, like Tony did Thanos. Snapping my fingers, I turn into Play-Doh. Still drinking milk, I'm eating potatoes. I'ma keep climbing this mountain, don't play with my family, or I might just do you like Kratos. You can get the mass appeal, and you can keep the record deals. My father done changed my life, now I'm big dog stepping cause the Savior's real. No Grammys, no big deal. I'm feeling like Cole from the Ville. As long as I'm doing his will, man, I'm lapping these brothers like track and field. Now I'm about to turn up a gear. Yeah, I'm on another high that you can fit in a pill. Got the haters going crazy like Corella DeVille. Man, I'm fresher than the Prince, man, I'm coming for real. Got a soul brand new, I ain't breaking the seal. I just wanna make some music everybody can feel. Yeah, I know I got the skill, but he's steering the wheel. He will always get the glory, he the king of the hill. Come on.
That wasn't half bad, little homie. Now, I still don't believe you're gonna be able to get to the top of that mountain, but I like your spirit. You keep going, little homie. Keep doing your thing. And shoot, you never know. Might just make it.
Yo, 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 what's going on, my peoples? What's going on? What's going on? I'm happy to be here. Let me make sure I get all my stuff situated, all my stuff ready here. Make sure everything is looking right. All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, WesTheTech. As you know, I'm here for another Tuesday Q&A. I'm via YouTube, also via Instagram. Obviously, what I do here is help you figure out your music industry tips in the best way that I can. All right, so what you guys are going to do is essentially just use this platform to ask any music industry tip questions that you may have. All right, because I'm essentially just here to help you answer those questions. Now, it looks like here, I don't know, from my end, it seems that movement is a little slow. So for those of you who are watching, let me know if that's how it's showing up for you guys here. In the meantime, let me just double check my settings, make sure that nothing has changed. Turn your music down a bit. Okay, all right, let's see, turn the music down a bit. All right, so what's going on, Starman? Happy to see you, brother. Thank you for joining in. Always good seeing familiar faces here, so you know I love it. Good to see you, bro. I hope your Thanksgiving was great. Let me know if I'm glitchy or moving slow from your end, or if I'm just fine. All right, because it's showing from my end like it's moving slow, but I don't know if that's how you guys are actually seeing it. So Starman, if you could let me know that would be greatly appreciated. All right, but yeah, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's doing well. Of course, you know, even though we're in the holiday season, the thirst for knowledge, so to speak, never ends, especially, you know, when you're doing an independent music career. There really is no on and off season. A bit glitchy, but getting better. Okay, let me see if it's something from my end here. None of my stuff has changed. Just a small delay. I don't remember changing anything here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna close this live really quick, because you said it's a little glitchy. Is it still glitchy? LD40, what's going on? I see you in the building as well. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving as well. All right, I'm trying to see if you guys are all seeing this as a little glitch here. If you are, I'm thinking I should Never glitch. Keep going. Okay. All right. So we're looking good. And Free Energy 1111. I don't think I've seen your name before, so I don't know if this is your first time joining in, but thank you for joining in as well. It means a lot. LD40 in the building. Cold outside. It is cold outside. And for those of you who don't know, me and LD40 are in the same town, and we're in South Florida, so we don't get cold much. But today it's actually really cold, at least really cold for us, right? It's in the 60s today. I know that's not a lot to a lot of you northerners, but for us down here, that's freezing because we never get below 74. You get what I'm saying? So it is a little nippy out here, but it's just right for the holiday season. I don't mind a little cool. I just hate when it's super, super cold. And for me, 65 is pretty much super, super cold. So, but yeah, all right. So, of course, let me get all the particulars out the way. All right. Before we go ahead and dive into those questions here, of course, my name is WesTheTech. I'm a music producer / music business coach / music recording artist as well. You know, I've been doing music for years now. All right. And, you know, I've just gotten to a point that I feel like that I'm really successful in my music career because, you know, I do music full time, and I know that's a big goal for a lot of independent artists out there and a lot of people who are aspiring to be independent artists. You know, the ultimate goal is to be able to just do music full time, not have to worry about a 9-to-5 job, not have to worry about anything else, literally just have to wake up and do music. I've been fortunate enough to be able to do that for years now, you know, and I know that there was a lot of things that I had to learn, a lot of steps that I had to take in order to get to the position to be able to do that, right? So of course, I got that calling one day from God to just share my knowledge and just be there for other independent artists. And that's what I've been doing ever since. That's why I started my YouTube channel in the first place. All right. I know a lot of you guys have seen me for the first time by maybe a tech tip video. All right. But yeah, this is essentially what I do here. And I'm here to help you guys with your questions. All right. So feel free, for those of you who are still joining in, those of you who are already in, just feel free to flood the chat with as many questions as you have, and I can answer as much as I can within this next hour. And the last thing that I will mention is my membership club here. For any one of you guys who need any extra things like priority replies to comments, members only exclusive walkthrough videos, and free music monthly coaching sessions, you can hit that little join button. All right. And you could definitely take a look at the different tiers and everything like that. All right. But like I said, I'm happy to see some familiar faces. I'm happy to see some new faces. And I'm just excited to jump in this and start asking or answering some questions here. And of course, guys, you know, I always collect questions as well. So, you know, I got a whole slew of questions that I just have loaded up here. All right. Just as extras, you know, because some of these are really good as well. So let me make sure they're loaded up. Okay, perfect. I have those loaded up here. And all right, so let's get to the questions then. And I believe Free Energy has the first question here. So let me just make sure I got everything up, and then we'll go into that. Boom, boom. That's up. This is up. Perfect. All right. Boom. Here we go. All right. So now Free Energy's question is, how long is it going to take for my music, Lola, to, or I don't know if you meant La Fala, to pop up on my artist channel? Once you first get your YouTube email for you through your distribution. Oh, your logo. All right. So how long is it going to take for my music logo to pop up on my artist channel once you first get your YouTube email? All right. So I guess the first question that I would ask you, Free Energy, is who is your music distribution company? Who are you distributing your music with currently? Because before I could answer how long it would be, I need to know who it is, because there's certain distribution companies that you have to do actually a little bit extra in order to actually get that official artist channel. All right. So once you answer that question, I think it'll be easier for me to help you figure that out. And what he is referring to, for those of you who don't know, and I'll share my screen here. He's referring to the little music icon. All right, so where's my music icon? That's crazy. My music icon is supposed to be here, but it's not here. There's like a little music icon when you have an official artist channel. All right, as of right now, my channel is an official artist channel. I mean, my releases are right here. That's how you know that it's an official artist channel, or else it wouldn't have the release tab. All right, so the release tab is here, but I don't see the music note myself. Now, Free Energy says distro. Oh, there it is. It just took a little while to load up, and it looks like they changed it. You remember it used to be a little black music note, but let me see if I can zoom into this or make this bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna make it bigger. So they changed it, guys. Look, it's like a little flower looking thingy with the little music note attached, which is very, very different from what it was before. Before it was just a music note, but I guess YouTube has updated their systems, and now it's a little flower with a little music note. But if you're referring to this right here, all right, and you did say that you distribute with DistroKid, you have to make sure that you link it together with DistroKid. So let me make this back to its regular size. Let me zoom back out. All right, and let me go to my DistroKid here and kind of just quickly make sure you follow these steps, or that you did this already. All right, so when you distribute your music with DistroKid, in order to actually get your music to show up or get your official YouTube artist channel, you have to hit these the 4-box menu right here. You're gonna go to special access, right? And then on the list, you're gonna see YouTube official channel, artist channel. Once you do YouTube official artist channel, all right, you select your artist name, and then you select obviously the this is crazy, I don't know why it's doing this here, and then you select the YouTube channel. All right, now it shows here I did everything and got confirmation, just waiting now. Oh, okay, so you're literally just in the waiting process. It shouldn't take more than 48 hours. I mean, I remember when I first did it, and I've done it quite a few times, it's never taken more than 48 hours. So I guess my next question to you, Free, is how long have you been waiting? How long have you been waiting to do it? It might be a YouTube thing as well. I don't know if you did it recently over the holidays or whatever, but let me know how long you've been waiting, and maybe I could have another nugget of information for you. Now, here's the thing, guys. When it comes to YouTube, right, I have noticed that YouTube is really on, I feel like they have employees to do certain things rather than actually having an automated system just automatically doing that. And the reason I say that is because even when it comes to getting or disputing your copyright claim with YouTube, sometimes it only takes 48 hours. Sometimes it could take a week or two, right? Right now I have a claim in that hasn't been claimed since we went on break for the holidays. So when I see stuff like that, that automatically tells me, when there's no consistency to it, that automatically tells me that there's somebody physically doing the disputes, right? It might be a team of people, but there's a team of people working for YouTube doing disputes. I feel like there's a team of people with YouTube actually, you know, doing the official or handling the official artist pages and things like that. It's not automated because the time varies, and you could tell when holidays things doesn't happen as fast as it should. You get what I'm saying? So that tells me that there are somebody behind the scenes, or there are a group of people behind the scenes actually administering that part of it. All right, so Free Energy said, yeah, maybe Thursday, but you're right, holidays. Yeah, for sure, YouTube without question. And it's crazy too, because like copyright claims, right? When you have the copyright claims and you file a dispute, right? One, I forgot what holiday it was, but I had so many disputes waiting. And I'm like, yo, it's never taken this long. But as soon as the holiday was over, that's when all the disputes came through and they all were approved at once. You get what I'm saying? That just tells me there's a group of people. So since you said you might have did it Thursday or right around Thanksgiving, well, Thursday actually I believe was Thanksgiving, I'd say give it a couple more days. All right, and you should see it there. If you don't see it by Thursday, what I would then advise you to do is to contact DistroKid and just make sure that it was submitted. All right, but you want to give YouTube sometimes because, like I said, there are people behind the scenes doing these things, and these things aren't automated. But that was definitely a great question, and I'm glad that I was able to answer that for you there. All right, now, of course, when it comes to the YouTube channels, all right, always, at least when it comes to my YouTube channels, when it comes to questions, right, I always like to say on my lives to make sure you guys are using this search bar right here, this little magnifying glass, because I have so much videos. As you can see here, I have over 600 videos, and I may have answers to certain questions that you have, but you may not see it right away on my channel, or you may have to dig. So instead of digging, you could simply just type in what you're looking for. Like if you want, if you have questions in regards to two loss, for example, right? You just type in two loss in the search, and every video that I've done on two loss will come up, right? And this is the same thing for everything else, all right? But oh, look at the music note. You see that? It's the little flower thingy. I guess now it's like, I don't know if I like this one more than the other one, but you know, it's definitely more visible, I guess. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it's part of the lettering. It actually looks like a logo now, more than the other one kind of looked like a character that you added to the end of your name. But yeah, kudos to YouTube for changing that, I guess. Let me know what you guys feel about it. Do you like this one? Did you prefer the old one? Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this new music note thing that they have updated here. But yeah, definitely great question by Free Energy here. All right, now it's time for me to pull up, you know, the questions that I have here that of course I collect. Let me make sure that I didn't do these before. I know I did this one. How long does it take for a channel to be monetized? But I don't think I did this one right here. So we'll start from right here. And this question was asked by Don Franco. All right, and the question was asked on how to register your song with BMI. What if I register a song after the date that I supposed to release it on? Is that a problem? I guess he's asking, can he submit to register his song to BMI after he releases the song? And the quick answer to that is yes. You could do it after, but just know that it does take up to a month or two in order for it to get approved on BMI. Sometimes it takes longer if you filled out something incorrectly on BMI. So it's always recommended that you do it before, at least a month or two before. And BMI, you don't even need to upload the song or anything. You just need to put in the song information. So once the song is done, even if it's not mixed and mastered yet and you know that you're going to release it, just go ahead and submit the BMI, get it out the way. All right, that way when it is time for you to release it, this is already taken care of and the song is already approved. All right, but that is a good question by Don there. I'll make sure that he gets the answer to it from this video. And of course, you know, for anybody who's watching, you know, just go ahead and ask any questions that you guys may have. Like I said, I mean, I have a list of them here as well. All right, maybe some of these will spark your interest. And those of you who are watching from IG as well, welcome. If you have any questions, feel free to just drop them in the chat. All right. So this next question here is from Antonio, I almost said Banderas, Antonio Bascagera. All right. And he actually commented on my video, watch this before upgrading your DistroKid plan. All right. Now, what he mentioned here, actually, you can go to your account to manage membership, then downgrade. All right. So essentially, when I did this particular video, it was a warning to everybody. It was a warning to everybody who decided to upgrade their DistroKid to a higher plan. At the time that I made this video, all right, so let me see if I can find that video. Upgrade. If I put DistroKid, too much is going to come up. But if I put upgrade, watch this before upgrading. Okay, so this was 3 months ago, right? This was 3 months ago that I did this video, right? So essentially what he was telling me is that actually the information is correct. You can downgrade. But what he failed to realize is that DistroKid has actually changed that since I made this video. Now, one could maybe assume that maybe the reason DistroKid changed it was because of videos like my videos and other people's videos letting you know that you couldn't downgrade. Because in the video, I show you screenshot by screenshot. And you guys, if you guys watch my tech tips, you guys know I don't just say things. I show you on the screen how it looks like. That DistroKid was not allowing people to downgrade. And actually, in their terms and conditions, they also was letting people know the only way to downgrade would be to cancel your current plan, create a new account, and re-upload your song, which is why I decided to make that video in the first place, to let people know, hey, don't just upgrade to try the next level up, because you can't go back down to what you had unless you're willing to start over and re-upload all your music. But DistroKid, since that point, DistroKid has actually updated their information, and that is not the case anymore. And when he sent me that message, what's his name, Antonio, when Antonio sent me, I was almost ready to argue with him, like, yo, no, I know what I'm talking about. I seen the information. I know what I'm talking about. But then I was like, you know what? Let me go to DistroKid. Let me see if they changed their stuff. And by golly, they actually did. Because look, if you go to upgrade now for DistroKid, right? My current plan is the ultimate plan. And if you guys want to know, the reason I went to the ultimate plan was because I wanted to see the benefits, if the benefits were worth it, right? So what I did was I went down, you know, and I wanted to check out some of the benefits. And I know some people had questions about one of their benefits here. What was it? It was their playlister. It is their playlister benefit. This benefit right here is only available at Ultimate. So I was like, if the playlister is worth it, then maybe the ultimate plan is worth it, because the playlister, you'll be able to actually get contact information of Spotify playlists. So I did it. In my opinion, that playlist wasn't as valued as I thought it would be. So I decided to downgrade, but they wouldn't let me downgrade, right? So when I went to the terms, I saw I wasn't able to downgrade. So then I decided to make the video. Well, since then, DistroKid has changed it, right? So now what you can actually do is you can actually go to your settings. Let me see. And I think I have to make an updated video of that as well. But I ended up finding exactly what he was talking about. And it might be under account. So under account, they now give you an opportunity to downgrade, manage memberships right here. You go to manage memberships. And of course, this is for those of you who are rewatching this in the future. All right. If you want to know, see, now you could downgrade so I already did it. So what it's saying right now is saying your current membership will downgrade to Musician Plus on October 4th, 2025. Right? Because I just recently upgraded. So you still have to wait the whole year before you could downgrade, but it's going to downgrade as soon as I did it. But if you hit manage membership, it's literally a window's going to come up and it's going to tell you upgrade, downgrade. It's going to tell you all that stuff right there. So it'll allow you to downgrade. So that is an update that was not the way it was before. All right. And you know what? Just to see, can you downgrade with DistroKid? They might have not even updated it in their Q&As yet. Can you downgrade with DistroKid? I'm curious to see if they deleted that. Oh yeah, they got rid of it. Okay, yeah, they got rid of it, because before, oh yeah, you was not able to do this. Look at this. This was, how long ago was this? This was 2 years ago. PSA, DistroKid does not let you downgrade your account. All right, so yeah, and there goes my video there. Yeah, it was a real thing. But now it is not the case. And you know, these are those moments that I really am like thankful for YouTubers and people like that, because obviously information like that, DistroKid isn't trying to tell you. You get what I'm saying? Like, the only people who is willing to say something about it is, you know, people who've been through it, you know, like myself and other YouTubers and things like that. So, you know, if we make enough noise about it, enough noise sparks change, right? And I'm just thankful that you can downgrade now. So if you guys want to try out a different plan type, you can, but remember, you still have to wait the year after you upgrade to be able to downgrade back. So just keep that in mind if you want to try and upgrade. All right, but that was also a great question by Antonio, or not even a great question, but a great clarification, because obviously he saw it a day ago, so he seen it new and he thought that my video was wrong, but it was never wrong. Information has changed. All right, so that's great there. And now we're gonna go to Starman's question here. Starman's question is, do we register with BMI and SoundTrust and Sound Exchange? A bit confusing when SoundTrust sends a overlap. Okay, so the question to that is, the answer to that, I would say, is it depends. All right, and the reason I say it depends is because it depends who your publishing is, right? Because the reason you're probably getting the SoundTrust overlap is because a lot of times, or most artists can actually publish their music through SoundTrust. So what happens is when you go to BMI and you register your song, you don't actually have to put a publisher in there. You can keep it blank. But if you do that, it's going to say that the artist gets the publishing. But that is going to have a little conflict, because if you also register with SoundTrust as a publisher, it's going to be like, okay, it's also registered through SoundTrust as a publisher, and you get a little overlay because both of them can't collect your publishing royalties. It's either one or the other, right? Now, the overlay aren't a big issue. Essentially, SoundTrust, I think, will override this your BMI anyway. All right, but this is something that you may see. But no, there isn't any issue registering with all three of them. All right, I would rather you register with all three of them and get the overlay message than miss one and not get paid for your publishing royalties, if that makes sense, Starman. So, if you get a little overlap message, it's okay. No worries, just let them know that they could collect it, whoever you prefer to collect it. All right, but you got to make sure you're registering with all three. SoundTrust collects different types of royalties anyway. All right, it just provides the opportunity for you to also publish or collect publishing from them as well. All right, and mechanical, they also, SoundTrust can also collect your mechanical royalties, which means you don't necessarily need MLC, music licensing. The MLC, that's for mechanical royalties. I forgot what the C said. Music Licensing Collective, or the Harry Fox Agency, HFA. All right, and that's when you're referring to mechanical royalties. Now, if everything that I'm saying right now as far as royalties is not making sense to anyone who is watching, and you've never heard of any of those things, and you don't understand your music royalties, then you absolutely need to grab my music royalty handbook. It is very, very important. It actually shows you everything that you need to know when it comes to your music royalties. And done. What's going on? I see you in the building. I see your question right there. I'm going to definitely answer your question next. Of course, Starman, I see your other question. Vanessa, thank you for joining in as well. I see your question. I'm going to get to all of you guys' questions. All right. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. All right. So, yeah, you want to make sure you get your royalties. You want to make sure you get all your royalties. So make sure you guys, if you don't understand your royalties or have not got a handle yet on your music royalties, then I strongly recommend you guys to actually grab my music royalty handbook. In this music royalty handbook, it's an ebook, right? And I made it an ebook because there's clickable links to help you get to where you need to get to register. But with this handbook, it tells you all the different places that you need to be able to collect your royalties, so that you're not missing out on any money when it comes to your music. All right, so if you guys don't know about this handbook or don't understand royalties, make sure you click on that link for those of you who are watching on YouTube. And done, if you want to take a look at that handbook as well, all right, I will just send me a message on DM and IG, and I'll send that link to you as well. This is, again, guys, if you guys don't understand royalties, your music royalties, and you want to make sure that you're getting paid for everything you release. All right, so definitely check that out when you get a chance. I shared the link on the chat of YouTube for those who will be rewatching. All right, so Now to go to N Dunn's question here. I know you guys from YouTube won't see this, but I'm gonna read it out loud. So N Dunn's question was from IG, and his question is: can someone under age 18 register with BMI, or would they need to get a parent to be publisher and have the person under 18 to be the artist under the publisher? This is actually a very, very, very awesome question, and it's obviously a question a lot of people don't even think about unless you're actually in the situation. But when it comes to BMI, when it comes to Sound Exchange, when it comes to Song Trust, when it comes to all royalty payouts, the main thing that's involved with that is taxes. So when you're dealing with taxes, you have to be dealing with an adult. All right. So to answer your question, if the artist is under the age of 18, then somebody has to represent them. All right. Somebody will have to collect their royalties for them unless they have officially emancipated themselves in the legal courtroom by law that they are an adult, you know, like Jaden Smith did with the Smith family, you know, and just emancipated themselves. If it's not that case, they're going to need a representative to actually collect everything on their behalf because they are not an adult yet. One of the questions that's asked when you're registering is, or when you're signing up to begin with, is, are you 18 or older? Are you a U.S. citizen? All right. What is your social? They're going to need your tax information. Are you filing as individual, or are you a company, corporation, LLC, S Corp, C Corp? They're going to ask all of those different things, right? Obviously, a minor doesn't pay taxes in the legal sense because they can't really get paid yet. You get what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So, yes, you will have to have a parent or legal guardian or a representative in order to be able to collect the royalties on behalf of the minor. So I hope that answered your question, and done. And if it did, just go ahead and throw a thumbs up on the chat or whatever the case may be, because I just want to make sure that you got the answer to that question. And also, if you have any more questions, I would strongly advise you to hop over to YouTube and just join the live stream on the YouTube, because on YouTube, you will actually be able to see the screen if I need to share the screen and show you something. In the case of that question, I didn't have to show you anything. But if you have another question that I may have to show you, I would strongly advise go to YouTube. The link is in my bio. The link is also in my story as well. All right. But I hope that answered your question. And that was a really, really good question. Really, really great question. All right. So now we're going to move on to Vanessa's questions here, which is, what do you think about digital music publishing? Okay, that's a great question. All right. First and foremost, I would say it's not always recommended, or it's not best practice to publish with one company and get your BMI or something with another. So, or your distribution with the other. So for example, if you're doing digital publishing, then you might as well do digital distribution. All right. You might as well just do it all in one place. Same thing with BMI, right? If you're doing registering with BMI and you want to do publishing, just do publishing through them. It's a lot easier than doing separate things because, again, you can have conflicts and things like that. But before I can't really answer on behalf of digital music publishing, but I can give you my opinion on digital in general. All right. Now, Vanessa, I don't know what country that you are in. If you're in the US, if you're in the UK, or wherever you are, I'm not sure. But I will say that digital music as a distribution company is not the same everywhere. And what I mean by that is, I did a video not too long ago that I definitely want to share with you guys. All right. And Vanessa, if you want, you can let me know, what country you're in, because maybe that'll help answer the question more as well. But this video I did, watch this before signing up with digital music. All right. Now, this video I did about a year ago, as you can see, has a lot of views because it's very, very interesting information. All right. Now, I'm going to share this with you, but I'm also going to let you know what was talked about in that video. So essentially, Vanessa, in that video, I made that video because I was getting so many comments about Ditto Music. I was getting so many people who were frustrated and upset with them. With pretty much with every video that I did on Ditto, all right, as a music distributor, I was getting flooded with the same thing over and over and over. Ditto isn't paying out. I haven't received my money from Ditto. Ditto hasn't given me my streaming royalties. It's been a year. I haven't been paid by them. This, that, and the third. And I'm like, yo, there's so many people who aren't getting paid from Ditto. Why? Right? But then I noticed something else. Something even more interesting was that most of the people who were saying that were people who were in the US. All right. So then I started to connect the dots, because I'm like, okay, well, Ditto Music is in London, right? It's in the UK. It's a music distribution company primarily for the UK. Us in the US, of course, can sign up with them. But there seems to be an issue when it comes to paying out royalties to anybody in the US from Ditto Music. I don't know if it's a currency thing. I don't know if they have to transfer. I don't know what it is. But for some reason, people in the US are having trouble collecting royalties from Ditto. Now, I don't know if this is still the case, but I know a year ago it was, right? So to answer your question in regards to Ditto in general, I'm gonna say it depends on what country you're in, because the people in the UK don't have any issues with it. They get paid when they're supposed to get paid. They get everything that they deserve, things so on and so forth. But when it comes for people in the US, they just always are having some type of payment issues and money collecting with Ditto. Obviously, I'm in the US, so if you were to ask me would I recommend Ditto, I would say no, because it's not one of my recommendations, right? It shouldn't matter what country you live in. What's mine is mine, and you shouldn't have any issue paying it out. If you're gonna be a distribution company and you're gonna collect the royalties on my behalf, I'm sure you don't have any issues collecting it from the streaming services, so there shouldn't be any issues giving me it after you collect it, right? That's just my train of thought. So I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if the issue has been resolved since then. But I know last time I checked on the subjects, that was what was going on with them. But as you can see, like the other thing about DistroKid, all of this information is always subject to change. There's always changes when it comes to distribution companies. That's why I do my videos here, best distribution, right? Or best music distributor, right? And of course, I'll be doing one for 2025. Best music distribution. I do it every year, right? Best music distribution company for 2024. I have one for 2023 here. There's the one for 2023, right? And I do it in January. I do it in the first month. I do it in first month of January. It may not be the first video, it may be the second, but it's dropping in January. And basically, I collect all the information that I've had over the following year, double check if there's anything that have changed, and then I let you know of my top 3 recommendations for that year moving forward. All right, now I can tell you every year this has changed so far. I've been doing it for the last 3 years, and it has changed every year so far as the top 3, the best 3. That doesn't mean that the others aren't good. It's just the top 3. The first year I did it, Ditto was on the list. Once I found out about the whole payout thing, it dropped out of the top 3. You get what I'm saying? And DistroKid was also one of the ones that was on the top of the list 3 years ago. That's been off since the last 2 years, right? Because there's just other distribution companies that have just come out that are better priced and offer the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So it changes. So I could recommend, Vanessa, that you can maybe wait until January, all right, and wait till I drop that video. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you got the notifications turned on. That way, once I drop the video, you'll know, because you'll see the notification in your email or whatever the case may be, all right? But I hope that answered your question. All right, that's where I'm at with Ditto right now. But of course, like always, everything is subject to change depending on what the company decides to do. All right, but definitely another great question as well. I appreciate that question. I appreciate you for joining in again for the first time. All right, now Starman, we're gonna jump to your question here. All right, so Starman says, All right, when registering through BMI and you have 7 songs on an album. Ooh, I love this question. I know where this is going. Do you register song by song or just attach each song to the album name each time you register the song? Great question, Starman. And let me see if I can log into my BMI real quick and just show you. Cause I love that question so much. You have no idea. All right. And I get it a lot. I get it a lot too. That's why I love the question so much. Let me see. Am I logged in here? Boom. I know BMI has a crazy login certification. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log into BMI real quick, and I'm gonna show you. I gotta show you this, Starman, because it's such a great question, and I know that other people always had that question as well. I haven't done a video on this yet. I need to, but I'm just gonna do this for your sake, Starman, so you can see it for yourself. Let me get my password here. My password is crazy, y'all. Hey, good luck trying to log into my stuff because my password is no joke. Hold on, IG. I got to get on my phone here. BMI. There it is. Look at all those characters. It's crazy. All right. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm getting the login. Boom. All right. Is that it? All right. Yeah, that's it. All right. Perfect. So now I'm logged in. Boom. All right. Logged in here. Oh, man. Thanks, bro. You always bring great info. Most def, bro. Any way that I can help. Like I said, this is what I'm here for. I'm just here to help you guys out, help answer all of these questions. All right. So here's BMI. All right. So we're gonna go to register new work, and I'm gonna pretend like I'm registering a song that's off an album. All right. So you never actually register an album with BMI. All you register is songs. That's it, right? So you hit register song, you hit all the other genres, unless you're literally doing classical music like Beethoven. All right. You add the name of the song, and like I said earlier, you remember with BMI, you don't need to upload the song. This is gonna be proof of it here as well, because you guys won't see me ever like upload a song. Let's just call this one, you know what? I'll call this song Starman, right? It's gonna be 3 minutes long exactly. All right, music only. Well, no, it's actually music and lyrics, right? We hit next, right? You're gonna hit no to this, public domain, no when it comes to samples, right? Boom. Publisher, are there any publishers on this work? Again, you could hit no, all right? And they'll just pay it out to the artist, all right? Yes, you can hit yes and obviously do that as well. All right, pick the writer. We're gonna pick myself, role, composer and artist, writer share 200%. All right, next. Boom. All right, now we go to the recording information. Are there any artists? Yes. So is there a recording? Yes. TV, film? No. All right, boom. If I'm moving really fast, that's just because I've done this so many times, guys. It's just prophetic at this point. I just know it. Okay, this is the page that I wanted to get to right here. All right, so every song that you register on BMI, even if you're dropping an album, you have to do every individual song on the album, right? Where you tell the difference or where you make the change is on this screen right here. Add recording type format, right? This is where you choose if it's a song from an album, if it's a song from an EP, or if it is a single. All right. So obviously, if it's a song from an album, you hit album, then you hit the name of the song. Now, to give you an example, I have this song here called The GOAT, right? I released it as a single. Guess what? This song is also going to be on my album. So I'm going to have to re-register the same exact song, but the album version of it. So I'm gonna have to register it twice, because the first one I registered it as a single, the next one is gonna be registered as an album. You have to make sure you do that. Just because you released the single already and the song is already out and approved, you still have to re-register it as a format of an album. All right, so I hope that makes sense to you guys. Again, if it's a single, you put single. If the song is part of an album, you put album, and if the song is part of an EP, you put EP. So if you have a 5-song EP, you're doing this process 5 times until you're done. And for each one of those 5 songs, you're just gonna hit EP when you get to this page, and then you just continue the rest of the way. All right, but that's how you would want to register a Starman. You never register the album, you just register every song on the album, but you make sure that you put the format as album. You get what I'm saying? So I hope that helped. And of course, for anybody else who's watching that had that same question, or anyone who rewatches, that's exactly how you guys do it right there. All right, so great question, Starman. I love the type of questions you guys bring to the table. You guys have asked some very, very awesome questions today, right? And to God be the glory. I'm just so thankful that I'm able to help you guys figure out this music industry stuff. But definitely great question. Thank you for joining in, Jay Barton. Thank you for joining in. I'm here just answering any music industry tip questions. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask, you could drop it on the IG chat here. But I'm also live on YouTube if you want to ask the question on YouTube as well. All right. But Starman, great question. Thank you for that question. And yeah, so let me see if I missed any other questions on the chat. Nope, I didn't miss any other questions on the chat. That's everything there. All right. And Starman, just give me a thumbs up if you got that answer. And or just let me know if there's any follow-ups to that. All right. So now we're gonna go to this next question here, and this question is for the same thing as well. I guess this is the trend today, BMI. And this question was asked on this the same video, how to register your song with BMI. So the question was asked by I am Hova Flow. All right. The question was, so what is the ISRC code used for? What is BMI using to track your plays? And does capitals matter in the spelling of the name? Also, I thought DistroKid tracks your plays and gets you paid. Is this not the case? All right, so there's a lot of questions in one question, so I'll break them all down one at a time. Okay, so the first one is what is the ISRC code used for? The ISRC code is the International Standard Recording Code. All right, what that essentially is this right here. You guys see that? That's a barcode. Let me put it on the big screen here. You guys have all made purchases in life, right? And when you scan your item at the grocery store, they scan this little barcode right here, right? That little barcode. That's what an ISRC code is for music, right? For books is like ISB, right? IS something B. No, ISBC or whatever, the International Standard Book Code or whatever, right? For music, they have a code as well. Now, obviously, music isn't as tangible as this can of soda, but music also has that code. So every time that code is what's used when it comes to certain royalties and is used for certain streams. BMI doesn't collect royalties based off of that code, which is why when you're registering your song with BMI, you don't have to enter that code in. You guys just see me do most of the whole process of registering a song. Never did it ask for the ISRC code, and never will it ask for the ISRC code, right? Because BMI doesn't track streams, doesn't track it that way. They track it a different way. All right. Now, what is BMI using to track your plays? Great question. That I don't know. But they're definitely not using the codes. I can tell you that for sure. They're not using the codes. They might be using your name. They might be using your publishing. No, I don't think they're using your publishing. They're either using your artist name If I could guess, they're either using your artist name or they're using the song name in correlation with the artist name. That's the only thing I could guess, because there's no other codes that you have to put in. It can't be publishing, because you don't even have to put it in publishing for a BMI. But they are tracking it somehow. They definitely are tracking it somehow. And I do know that a lot of these places like Spotify, all of the DSPs, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, they have to let these PROs know what songs they play. Even restaurants, clubs, bars, venues, even shows, right, where artists are performing. You have to actually submit all the songs that were played. You have to. By law, they have to, right? Starbucks, when that music is playing in an intercom, they have to let them know what songs were being played. This is information every business has to do, or else they could get in very, very big trouble for it, right? They have to submit that information, and obviously, because there's royalties that need to be collected, which is really awesome. And I love that about the music industry, that they protect us in that way, all right? But that is something that everybody does, and I don't know exactly how BMI tracks it, but like I said, I could guess maybe the artist. Now, the next one, and does capitals matter in the spelling of the name? For BMI, no, capitals don't matter in the spelling of the name, because BMI is going to capitalize everything anyway. There's going to be no lowercase with BMI at all. Every song that you register with BMI is going to be all capital letters, because that's just how they accept the text. So if you have special characters and stuff like that, good for you. But when it comes to actually registering for BMI, it's not going to show. All right. And now the last part of his question was also, I thought that DistroKid tracks your plays and gets you paid. Is this not the case? DistroKid does track your plays, and they do pay you royalties, but they pay you a different type of royalty. Going back to the royalty handbook that I was mentioning before, DistroKid pays streaming royalties. Performing rights organization collects public performing royalties or performance royalties. Those are two different types of royalties. They're not the same, right? There are 6 different types of royalties that are out there, right? And there are multiple organizations that collect those different royalties, right? So yes, you're going to get royalties from DistroKid, but you're also going to get royalties from your BMI. You're also going to get royalties from Songtrust. You're also going to get royalties from Sound Exchange. These are all separate entities, and you will get paid out in different ways with those. And of course, they're going to be different amounts as well. All right. So don't, and I'll let Hova know that they're not all the same. And one doesn't, if you sign up for BMI, that doesn't mean that you don't have to sign up for Songtrust. They're all separate. And it's very, very important that you register your music with all the places that you need to, all right, so that you make sure you are able to collect every royalty that you deserve as an artist. All right. Now, I know we talk about royalties a lot here, right? And I know for the most part, at least I could testify that, you know, LD40 knows this at this point, Starman knows this at this point, because we talk about royalties all the time. Because guys, that's the number one reason I'm able to do music full time. All right. That's one of my biggest streams of income when it comes to making music, right? So I want to make sure that you guys are making sure that you're getting every penny, every red cent that you deserve as an independent artist. All right. But another great question by Hova. I'll make sure he gets the answer to that. I'll send him a comment in regards to that as well. And then I have Nicholas here. Welcome, Nicholas. Thank you for joining in. Oh, Nicholas Dunn. This might be N Dunn, who was on the IG live here. If it is, just let me know that it was you, because he was just on the live on IG. I believe he jumped over to YouTube. I appreciate you for jumping in on YouTube. And Jay Barton, if you like as well, you know, I know that you're thinking about doing music and you know, you feel that that is your passion, and I love that for you. I definitely would recommend that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hop onto my YouTube channel, subscribe, because I have every music industry tip that you could think of that could help you get to where you want to be as a recording artist. So, I appreciate you for joining in on the IG, but I want to make sure that you take full advantage of my YouTube channel as well, because there's a lot of gems on there. So definitely check that out, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And Nicholas said, yeah, it is hip. All right, so thank you for joining in, Nicholas. Like I said, he was just on the IG. So his question is, so if the person is underage, should the parent register as the creator or publisher or both on BMI? All right, so that's interesting, right? So I'll address the publisher thing with BMI first. With BMI, you don't need a publisher, right? So you don't need a publisher with BMI. If you don't put in a publisher with BMI, they'll just pay it out to the composer. Now, what BMI does pay out is author and composer and publisher. It pays out all of those things, but you don't need to have a publishing company to collect it. All right. Now, before I answer that, Jay Barton says, where do I get the link? The link is actually in my bio, or if you just go to my stories, because I always post when I'm on live on my stories. So just go to my story, click on the link on the story where you see it says that I'm live, and it'll take you straight to the live video, and you can just subscribe and turn on the notifications from there. All right, make sure you do that, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of helpful stuff on there that will help you with your music. All right, for sure. All right, so yeah, so with BMI, you don't need a publisher, right? But again, for the parent registration, when you're registering for it, it's going to walk you through the entire process of registering, and they're going to ask you, are you 18 or older? When you put no, they are then going to want you to put in somebody else's information who is old enough to represent that person, right? So if the child is the one who is still writing it, you're still going to put them as the composer. You're still going to put them as all of those things. So it's not going to change as far as their name being on it. Their name will be on it. It's going to show them as the writer. They just can't collect the actual royalty payments. That has to go to whoever is representing them. I hope that makes sense, Nicholas, right? So when you're registering for BMI, are you 18 or older? Put no. It's then going to give you something else to enter in, right? I mean, this is what they literally had to do for Bow Wow when he was underage, when he was making music, right? All of those childhood singers, right? This is what they do. The Justin Timberlakes of the world, they had to do the same thing, right? Their parents was collecting, but they were still credited as the writer. They were still credited as the composer. They were still collecting the royalties. They just personally couldn't take the money, right? And obviously we know all the sad stories of, parents robbing their children and, stuff like that has happened in the past. Michael Jackson and his father. We know all of those stories, right? So it's unfortunate that happens, but that's the only way to do it, because a minor cannot get connected to taxes and all that stuff yet. You have to be an adult to do that. All right. So I hope that answered that question for you, Nicholas, and I hope that made sense. And Jay Barton, let me know if you're able to find the link as well. All right. But great question. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Make sure you guys are looking at everything there. All right. Now, Starman had another question here. All right. And his question is, what are some music licensing companies for lo-fi producers? Ooh, so I gotta show you this. All right, so music licensing companies, right? So when I'm gonna tell you this, Starman, this is one of them right here, right? When you say licensing, I forgot to ask this, Starman, are you trying to license out your beats, or are you trying to license music, lo-fi music to use? If you're trying to license out your music, all right, Jay Barton, thank you for joining in. Definitely make sure you subscribe. Thank you for joining in. Have a good one. All right, yeah, Starman, are you trying to license out your own music, or are you looking for lo-fi beats to use for your songs? Like, what do you mean? If you're trying to license out your stuff, Art Listo is a good one. Yes, license out my beats. Perfect. Art Listo, bro. Art Listo is one of the biggest ones, right? So you're gonna go, and let me share this link with you. What's all this extra stuff on this link? No, I don't want all this extra stuff. Let me just get the regular. There it goes. See, they try to set me up. They try to set me up, bro. All right, so here's Art Listo. What you would do is you would scroll all the way to the bottom, right? And there should be a place that it lets you. register as a creator, right? So join us. I think it's here. Become a musician. Is it here? I think it's here. Become a musician. Let me click on this one. Let me see. One of those things down there will tell you like how to actually upload. Thanks for your interest in joining Artlist. So is it this one? No, I don't know if it's this one. Hold on. I might have clicked on the wrong one. But one of these, it'll tell you how to actually get your beats on their catalog, right? And this is a good place to get your music on the catalog because a lot of people license out their music here. All right, if I go to music right now, right? Boom, boom, click. These are other producers who have produced their who has dropped their productions on here, right? These are all from us. See, this one's by Max Jackson, you know, electronic, pop, Wi-Fi, you know. You're going to find all different types of stuff here. Look, pop, hip hop. You're going to find the lo-fis. You're going to find all of it here. And people could literally sign up for this. And this is where you get, obviously, royalties for this when people use this. So this is something that you could definitely look at here. All right. And look at the different companies that use them to find beats for their stuff. You know, we got Wilson. Shout out to all the tennis players out there. Fitness Fakir in the building. I see right on time, too. That Jackson story is crazy. We right on time because me and Fitness Fakir be getting it in tennis. So, you know, we got a lot of these Wilson tennis balls in the bag. Wilson, they make great tennis balls. I'm telling y'all, they make great tennis balls, but we be getting it in. Here go Apple Music right here, Versace, Google, right? Microsoft, Bloomingdale's. I can't believe they're still around, right? These are all the different companies that have used their beats before. So definitely check out our Artlist though. Now you said yes, it says no artists at the moment. Okay, then if not Artlist though, I got more for you, bro. What's the other one? Envanto, I think it's called. Oh, even better. I got you. Companies to license out music. Here we go. I got you right here. I got it. Start with an E. Music Bed is another one. That would be Music Bed would be third on my list. I got to give you the other one I'm thinking of. It starts with an E. Licensed music. Come on. Starts with an E. Don't play with me. I know you're here somewhere. Where are you? Starts with an E. Don't let me find you. We're gonna go over Music Bed, but I need to find the one that starts with an E. All right. License out music. Or music licensing companies. That'll probably help me find it. Oh, this thing is okay. There it is. I knew I was gonna find it. Praise God. Look at that. Epidemic Sound. I told you it started with an E. This one right here, my boy. Actually, this link might be able to tell you of a bunch more, but as far as ones that I know of firsthand and Starman is Artlist, Epidemic Sounds. So here's another one. I'll share this one with you. Epidemic Sounds, right? Boom. And see, new creator-led identity. They do the same thing, right? And then Music Bed. Music Bed would be number 3. Boom, boom, boom. And that's a video I should do as well. Music licensing companies. Boom, boom, boom. So that'll be, I'll put that on my to-do list. Music licensing companies. Boom. And that's the third one here. Music Bed. All right. And of course, same deal. You want to scroll down to the bottom. All right. You want to find out how you could join as an artist or whatever the case may be. All right. Each website is a little different how you have to contact them. Right. They have an actual phone number. That's interesting. But yeah, definitely check these 3 out for sure. All right. And yeah, see if you can get your music on these things, because like I said, a lot of companies use these websites. Look, Samsung use Music Bed, Lincoln, right? Lincoln. I can't help but think of Matthew McConaughey now every time I see Lincoln. Those Lincoln commercials are hilarious. Xbox, Google, right? Audi, Sony, New Balance, right? It's awesome. Look, if we go to Epidemic Sounds, where's Epidemic? Let me type that one in. Epidemic Sound. You're gonna see the same thing for this one as well, right? Epidemic Sound. They're literally gonna show you all the different companies that they work with, right? There they go. Coca-Cola, Xbox as well, The Telegraph, Premier League Soccer, right? Mac Warner, BuzzFeed, you know what I mean? Westbrook. Oh, that's the Russell Westbrook company, right? Brand Studio. Look at it. Look, Salesforce, right? All of it. So this is the third one. Definitely check out all three of those, brother. And, you know, just try to register with them as an artist and see if they're accepting artists, right? See if they're accepting that stuff. And if they are, right, see, this one for artists right here. Submit your music, right? And then you could go ahead and submit your beats and see what you get, right? Fill out the form, because I'm sure there's some type of form or something that's going to come up here, right? And you fill it out. And this is great stuff if you're an artist who also produces your music, right? Because if you can get your producer stuff on stuff like this, big form, right? Then you could actually make a lot of sync revenue when it comes to stuff like that. So that's definitely something to look into. But I will tell you this. Here's the secret that's not mentioned a lot when it comes to those companies and most companies when it comes to music licensing. If your beat is registered with BMI or ASCAP already, they're going to reject you. They are going to reject you. They are going to reject you, and they're going to reject you, right? So if it's your song, that's different. But if it's a beat, do not register any beats that you're looking for syncing opportunities with, that you're looking into getting on one of these websites or whatever, because it's not that you won't be registered with them. You just have to do it through them because they want to make sure the register process is correct. Whether you do it correct or not, they don't accept any beats from people who already registered them. I know it's annoying. It's stupid. It makes no sense. It's like you're disqualifying me without even seeing if I did it right. But that's how they are. They're very particular about that. They're very, serious about that. So if you're looking at submitting your beats to them, Starman, just make sure those are beats that you have not registered as a beat on your BMI, ASCAP, and so forth. And I'll say that in general for most producers out there, don't register with the BMI and ASCAP unless you know exactly what you're trying to do with your beat yet. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, if you want the beat for syncing or if you want it for artists, know what you want to do with your beat before you decide to start registering. A song is different. A song, register to all of those places I told you, everything that's in the royalty handbook. But when it comes to a beat is different because the beat is technically incomplete, right? Unless you're just dropping a beat, for background music or whatever the case may be, but you want to provide a little bit more opportunity with a beat because an artist might end up on it, right? Or you might get picked up by the beat might get picked up by a label to do this or do that. So beats are very, very different from songs. So always keep that in mind as a producer. And I know this because I'm a producer myself, and this is literally what I have run into myself. So I'm just trying to save you the trouble of going through that hell. All right, Starman? But yeah, that's the best advice I could give you when it comes to beat. WesTheTech always dropping the sauce, man. Live direct consultation info for sure. For sure, appreciate that. And I see Fitness for Kid laughing. He probably think about the Matthew McConaughey and the Lincoln. That's my brother though. That's my brother. But yeah, guys, that's it for the live today. All right. A lot of great questions. Again, guys, make sure that you got your notifications on so you know every time that I'm on live. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. All right. Big shout out to Starman, LD40, Fitness for Care, always dropping by, showing love. Shout out to Free Energy for joining in for the first time. Shout out to Vanessa for joining in for the first time. Shout out to Nicholas Dunn for joining in for the first time. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope to see y'all again in the next live. I'm here every Tuesday from noon to 1 p.m. Eastern. And of course, every Thursday, I drop a new tech tip video. All right, again, if you have your notifications on, you'll know exactly when my tech tips drop. All right, and like I said, that's just information for you guys. Make sure you guys are getting used to this magnifying glass on my channel, right? That's the best way to search content or search anything that you may have questions of. All right, so Just make sure you guys are using that, all right? Another great live stream, bro. See you next week. Appreciate it, brother. And lastly, of course, I'll go over my membership club again. If you want any added benefits like priority replies to comments, members only walkthroughs, and free monthly music business coaching sessions, you can just hit that little join button right there. All right, and you'll get more information on that. All right, big shout out to LD40 for showing love. Man, I appreciate you so much, brother. Always showing love. I appreciate that, right? For dropping some change my way. I love it so much, and it's a big help. I appreciate that you so much. You guys don't know how much a single dollar helps me. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate that so much, LD40. Big shout out to him. Y'all make some noise for him as well for showing me some love in my pockets, all right? But I appreciate all of y'all for joining in, and I'll see you guys.